Hello and welcome to Vision. My name is Reverend Sam Flynn, and I'm glad to be with you today and happy we're together to spend some time together today. And so we're going to spend a few moments now just relaxing and talking together, and we're going to start out with a few moments of prayer. So wherever you are, just relax and let go, and we'll have some prayer now. So just knowing together that we are in the midst of God, in the midst of Spirit, and that our time together is indeed perfect, that it is relaxing and open and sharing and loving and being together in that oneness of spirit, that we are indeed open-hearted, open-minded, caring, receptive, and being together in this time of living life fully and completely and together. And as we share our time today, I know that we are indeed open-hearted, living freely and fully and grounded in the foundation of the experience of a full life together. And I just give thanks for our time, for these words, and for open hearts. And so giving thanks for it, I know that our time together is perfect, and I simply let it be now. And so it is. And so I'm glad to be with you today, and I want to talk today about a recent event that I had, and that was a friend of mine. I was talking to him a couple days ago, and I mentioned to him that I was feeling a little discouraged about something, and he said to me, you know what, Sam, you just need to power through that. You just need to power through what you're doing, and you'll get to the other side. And so I was thinking about that idea of powering through and the whole idea of power, and that's one of those ideas that are a little bit people have all sorts of different thoughts about it. And so it was something that just stuck in my mind, and I paused on it and just thought about it. And I thought that I would like to talk to you about it today. And I'm glad I am going to, because it made me pause and research it just a little bit. And so I looked up online some quotes from spiritual teachers and that sort of thing. And so one of them that I found was Eckhart Tolle, who wrote, he said, as you become present and thereby total in what you do, your actions become charged with spiritual power. And so that helped me a lot. As you become present with the present moment, your actions become charged with power. And so I really liked that, and I thought about it some more. And I thought today I'd like to tell you a little story, because it tells a little bit about my own pathway in understanding power. And in telling you this story, I'm going to take you to the last chapter first. Have you ever done that, where you read a book and you read the last chapter of the book first? It's kind of interesting to do that. I've done that. I read the last chapter sometimes in bookstores. I don't even know if they have bookstores anymore, because I buy ebooks, but read the last chapter to see if I want to buy the book or something, or read the last chapter to see what happens at the end. I've done that lots of times. So I'm going to tell you the last chapter first about power, and that is that we are power. It's one of those spiritual qualities of God that I know, and I've learned for a long time, that we are power. We are the power of God, and there's an infinite amount of power in the Spirit of God. And so that means if there's an infinite amount of power in God, that means there's an infinite amount of power within us. And so that's the destination that we get to in our understanding, and that means that we can power through an infinite amount of anything, right? And so if you skip through the whole book, that's where we get to. And so I kind of like that. And so I didn't quite get to that understanding right away, but it is where I have finally gotten to, and I understand a lot of the time. And I'm going to tell you some more. We're going to start over at chapter 1 right now. So let's go to chapter 1. We're going to get back to power right now. And the story starts, the very first line of the story says, on a clear day and wherever you happen to be. So just take that sentence, on a clear day in San Diego, where I am, or on a clear day wherever you are. And that's where power starts. On a clear day, wherever you are, that's where power starts. And so usually our first ideas of power happen as a physical nature, in the physical world. Powering through something, lifting the most, running the farthest, being the largest, being the smallest, running the fastest. Did I say that already? Going the farthest distance, And so those are the kind of activities we think of first as powering through something. And I think mostly of sporting events. People want to have the fastest times or the highest score or something like that. And so we power through things physically. And I looked up some ideas about people in sporting events. And there was one I found that I really liked. I don't know who the author was, but it said author unknown, but it said, I didn't come this far only to come this far, I didn't come this far only to come this far. That made me laugh. But there was another one, failure will never overtake me if my determination to succeed is strong enough. So it's that idea of determination and willpower and powering through, in a physical way, in the just having that willpower to push on through, power through things. And so that's kind of the first idea of powering through that we have. And so, going through that and evolving through that, that's a very important part of life, and going through that, the next chapter moves into self-empowerment. And that's where we start to learn in a more emotional and mental kind of way that we can be self-empowered, that we start to lose our ideas of being not good enough, and we start to understand that we can be empowered on our own, and we start to think better of ourselves and have more self-worth, and we become self-empowered. And we start to speak up for ourselves. We start feeling self-confidence. We start to have power in daily situations with other people. And we start to have those feelings of positivity instead of negativity. We start to find out that with other people, especially with other people, that's when it happens a lot, in relationships and this sort of thing. And so you can power through life feeling self-empowered, and it's a lot easier. It's a lot easier to do it this way than doing it, pushing through in a physical way. So you can power through in a way that is a lot more comfortable when you feel self-empowered. And so moving on to the next chapter, we start to find out that I am power. And so, and what I mean by that, when we say I am power, is that we find out that we are a powerful, how do I want to say this? That we're a powerful creator, meaning that we create along with the universe based on our thoughts and beliefs, that we can create our own lives. So by our awareness, we find out that we're empowered, okay? And then the next step, we find out that we're a powerful creator. We learn and experience based on our predominant thoughts and our beliefs that we can co-create with the universe. You hear that phrase a lot in metaphysical circles and new thought circles, we co-create with the universe. Well, what does that mean? It means that by your thoughts, you create a life for yourself. If you have positive, powerful thoughts, you create a positive, powerful life. You know what? It really happens, folks. It really works. Your own thoughts are manifest in the universe. It's an amazing thing. It really does work. And so if you have positive thoughts, you find out that a positive life returns. The universe also interacts with negative thoughts, and if you have negative thoughts, then it's likely that more negative events may happen. So you can power through life by creating your own life based on your predominant thoughts and beliefs. It's a powerful thing. I keep using that word powerful. Isn't it funny how that comes up even automatically in my own sentences here that I'm using with you? So it's simply to go through these stages and be aware of what's happening and that you can power through in a very conscious way, becoming more and more conscious of how you are, with awareness, using what is already within you at each and every step. To be with that energy that is given you all the time to be in your life. And so the next step, the next chapter, as we move to chapter 4, we're already at chapter 4, can you imagine? And that is the idea, moving into the idea that I am power. And this is back to where we started, to the last chapter of the book, okay? I am power. I am power. That is, I am the power that is spirit within me. First we became powerful physically. We became empowered. We became a powerful co-creator. And now we remember that we can power through anything because we are the power of spirit. Fully, completely, 100%. We are emboldened, empowered by all of that. Because we are power, all that there is to do, remember, power is already there. There's nothing else to do. It's already there. Okay? In the midst of any experience, at any time, anywhere we are, we can call upon this. In relationship, we can speak our needs. In work life, we can choose what we feel, what we enjoy, what we are fulfilled by, what we are supported. All of this by simply remembering that we are the power of spirit at all times. With family, we can be with our family. We can be healthy. We can be in enjoyable experiences. We can be safe. We can be empowered to be in our own life easily and effortlessly fulfilled in whatever we're doing at any time. Bob Marley, do you know Bob Marley? He wrote, "You never know how strong you are until being strong is the only choice that you have," which is what happens where we're at right now. The only choice we have is to remember how powerful we are because of who we are. Because of who we are, that's how we power through everything. And so, the next step in knowing this is to find out, how do we live with this? What do we do with this now that we know it? And so, you know, this is a whole other talk in itself. I mean, I could go on for another, however long you wanted to talk about it. Once we become aware of being the fullness of power, we are that infinite experience of power, and always remembering that we are empowered, we're a powerful creator, we're the fullness of power of God, life becomes very, very simple. That's what I can say. It becomes very, very simple. Which seems the opposite of powering through something, doesn't it? But that is what happens. I can tell you that from experience. It just becomes very, very simple to have this knowing. So that's what I can tell you. It gives us a sense of assuredness. It gives a sense of confidence. It gives us a sense of knowing that with anything, we are in that fullness of spirit, fullness of spiritual power, to be in any situation, in strength, in confidence, in knowing that whatever might be happening on the outside, in our hearts, in the hearts, inside, that we are indeed that power of spirit. And so, what I want to say to you, what I want to read to you, Ernest Holmes said it this way: "We have within us a power that is greater than anything we shall ever contact in the outer. A power that can overcome every obstacle in our life and set us safe, satisfied and at peace, healed and prosperous, in a new life and in a new life." And so, those words really embrace that whole idea that knowing that in the center of all of us is that center of spiritual power. And so being in that knowing gives us the confidence and ability to know peace. And because we are indeed that essence of spirit, it gives us the ability to power through anything. To power through anything. So I'm so glad to have spent this time with you today. I'd like for us to end in prayer, which is where we always start or end any discussion. And so in prayer, in this powerful prayer, we just know that in that impress of spirit that is upon us right now, what I know, it is that power and presence that is the essence of each one of us right here and right now, that is calling forward the truth of love, of light, of wholeness, of peace, all of those qualities of that life, that essence of the divine that is in all things, in all moments, that is calling forward this word and each word that is divine in all things, in every moment, to allow us to power through, to be empowered, to be emboldened, to know the expression of love in all that we do. So I just give thanks for all of this, and I simply let it be now, and so it is. And so I'm glad we got to spend this time together. Thank you very much. Bye for now.